Take a look at this picture. This is as difficult as it should be for the viewers of my channel. Despite stock markets getting crushed, strategists say not only are sell-offs like this normal, they create opportunities for savvy investors. Warren Buffett's not panicking. It's a bucket of cold water, but take a deep breath and know these things happen. Let it work itself out. So let's take a look at the charts. We're looking at the 2-year weekly chart on the spiders SPY, and close Friday was 265.33. Looking at this downdraft here, not unlike the one we had in early 2018 there in that February time frame. Let's go down here to the MAC. We are still falling. The fast line moving down here to this level, and then the slow line is also falling. So take a look at how long this took to fall. 1 month, 2 months, into the third month before it hit bottom. So I think that the separation here and the acceleration on the downside tells me that we still have more time at least moving sideways, and we're going to have some volatility. I'm not sure it's at the bottom yet, but I think we're definitely getting closer. But we have weakness, and certainly when we have weakness and we're getting down to the levels that we are, there's going to be volatility and there's going to be good days and bad days. Just like was in here, pretty good sell-off all the way through there. That was a number of months, 1, 2, 3, 4 months before we peaked above the zero line. So we're only in 1 month here. We've got some time. Looking at the price rate of change, no real bottom there. Same thing on relative strength. Last week we had an attempt, but then it failed. Looking here at the stochastics, we're still heading on down. No real sign of a bottom yet. And then the volume is still picking up, as you can see there. And then the Williams, we haven't even done one sawtooth yet, but we are getting close to the bottom here. So into next week and the week after is when I expect some sawtoothing to happen down here, so we can start setting that bottom and that foundation. Back up here to the price chart. We're well below the 50 EMA. I didn't think we were going to go down this low, but I did think we were going to have some weakness, so I shouldn't be surprised, and neither should you. We're going to have further weakness as this thing moves along in time. So even if the stock market does move sideways, we're going to have some volatility in here that we did back here in early part of this year with this up and down chop. We're going to have that for a number of months, just like this. So have that expectation and prepare yourself mentally for that and financially for that, and it won't be so difficult. Let's go to the daily chart. This is the 1-year daily chart going out 1 year to give you some context with regard to the correction that we had earlier this year. And you can see that here. It definitely took a number of months to correct before we were on our way up. So I think we're going to have the same thing for the most part. The pattern is going to look a little bit different, but we had a pretty good downdraft here, and we'll probably have a pretty good rally coming up. And that may fail once or twice before we're able to get back on track. So have that expectation. It's going to make this road path that you're traveling a lot easier to recognize and acknowledge and experience for you. So moving here into the MACD, I don't think there's really much to talk about. I think the weekly is overtaken the daily, where the monthly has not overtaken the weekly yet. So we'll get to that if it does. And if the monthly does take over, then that we could have a lot more trouble. But right now, I just think that we're going through a regular 10% plus or minus correction like we did earlier part of this year. I don't see anything here that's telling me otherwise. We've had a couple of attempts at a bottom here in the price rate of change, and we could see the same thing there and as well as in here. So looks pretty similar to what we've already experienced this year. We are a little bit lower in some of these oscillators, and that I think makes the experience a little worse, but still I think we're okay. And moving down here, same sort of things. It's making some attempts on the daily, but nothing successful yet. This one I like here too. We've done some sawtoothing down there, but we have more volatility to come. So I think that weekly chart is more important than the daily right now. And the weekly chart says that we still have a ways to go, some volatility. I don't think this is the crash of 1929 or the dot-com or the great financial crisis. However, these are tremors and it could turn into something worse. But right now, I just don't think it bears out in the charts. So for my regular viewers, I'm making a move to another part of the country. The move will take about 1 week, but you will not notice any change in this channel with the exception of next week's Friday market update. So keep viewing ChewDog videos, and I'll be back with my regular updates soon. So for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.